Yo, right here in the small box. Make that make sense. Like, why is it every time you speak, the only thing we want to tell you is to focus on your application? Focus on building up fan base to be better than Twitter, which is impossible because Twitter's a wasteland. But why is it every time you speak, we just don't want to hear from you? Because you're going to probably come up and say some nonsense. But say some words that make you look like you know what you're saying. Yeah, okay, buddy. Look, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know what? You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Let's go ahead and get started with this one right here. Let's might as well dive in and see what he got to say. What's good, Vil?
This narrative for like the past 2 days already. They're talking about no rap songs in the top 10 and how this has been a bad year for hip hop and all this other shit, right? And now we have them trying to blame the whole beef in general. Now they're trying to say the Kendrick and Drake beef and rap charts dominant. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. Nobody who really cares about hip hop gives a damn about the charts. Nobody cares about the charts if you really care about hip hop. And now they're trying to say, and now
blame academics. Why is nobody saying that no more? Blame academics. Remember what I said when it comes to the casual fans, literally in the last reaction. Casual fans are going to go to academics because he's the social media, like, public figure that be knowing the music-ish. Not really, but because he's giving off that illusion, that's the person they're going to run to get information. And he's a known liar. That's crazy to me.
Now they're trying to blame the battle itself for the lack of chart dominance from hip hop. This is ridiculous, bro. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about.
It's not. No. The reality is people care, but don't run with that. They want to blame it on the battle. Who started the battle? That's all you gotta say. You want to blame it on the battle. Who started the battle? That's it. That's it. Kendrick didn't start the battle. Kendrick had a verse. Kendrick was taunting them. Kendrick was literally using Drake's tactic against him to bring him out. The whole poking the bear story. How do you think that went down? Because of his existence, it put disdain in his heart to go out and hunt. That's it. That's literally it. Who started this?
About the charts, man. I mean, it gets ridiculous, and this all comes from Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes has basically tried to regurgitate and reiterate this fucking argument that people have already done.
All right, but let's get it right, though. It's not Isaac Hayes. It's Isaac Hayes III, because we appreciate Isaac Hayes. Chef.
Done in the past. He said the Kendrick and Drake beef killed commercial rap. It turned hip hop into an engagement art form, not a chart performing one. Everyone showed up, debated, replayed, picked sides, ran the numbers up. Meanwhile, the Billboard Hot 100 kept moving. The beef fed the masses and killed the charts. So I see why labels are cutting back. Black folks would rather tear down artists from both sides when collaboration is what drives expansion. Bro, again, nobody cares about the chart. The only person that cares about the charts is this guy. And everybody is giving him a lot of pushback, rightfully so. Nobody agrees with this statement if you really care about hip hop and if you really care about rap. Why should we care about the charts? Why? What has the charts done for me? You know what I mean? Like, what has the charts done for us? What do people get? Like, and again, it's cool if somebody charts. It's cool if hip hop has a message in a song and that song goes popular and then it gets noticed and then it gets on the charts. I mean, that's a plus, right? But it's not what people are intentionally wanting to do. It's not like Kendrick is making a song and he wants the song to go number one. That's an afterthought. I mean, really, the intention is, how is this song going to impact the people? How am I going to get a message across that is going to connect to the audience? Now, if the song does well because of the message within it, then yeah, so be it. That's badass. Yeah, we got on the charts. Yeah, we're up.
Out of all the snippets we've gotten from Iceman streams, Kendrick's snippet from 2024 still washes every single one of those snippets. Every one. And how did he do it? With rapping. Plain and simple. The amount of songs that was debuted, The amount of snippets that was debuted, I should say, throughout the whole Iceman stream. 3 parts, mind you. 3 parts. Kendrick had 1 snippet and dropped the album, and the song wasn't on the album, so that snippet is still out there. It exists, and it still washes every single snippet off of the Iceman streams. And he was rapping for 5 seconds. Can we talk about that first? In the snippet we got before the Super Bowl, that 1-minute snippet, Kendrick rapped for 5 seconds, and it washed everything off of the Iceman streams. We can go body for body. I hand you a body, I'm probably a better masseuse. I really don't bother nobody, but they gonna buy me if I gotta clear out the room. What? Are you serious? Bro, listen, to this day, I've never heard a bar that top that. We can go body for body. I hand you a body. I'm probably a better masseuse. But I really don't bother nobody. But they run it by me. If I gotta clear out the room, how do you do that? Jesus Christ. How do you do that? This nigga's a wordsmith. He's a wordsmith. He just be in front of his damn desk with lined paper. Just be writing for no reason. God.
In the charts, yeah, dope. But that's just, a sprinkle on the top. It's not the whole cake. It's not the whole pie. It's just a piece of it, bruh. And a lot of pushback is given to Isaac Hayes III. Rightfully so. We have Neek here. She says, good. Hip hop wasn't about the charts in the first place. I'm glad it's going back to its roots. Hip hop is a culture. Clearly, you're not qualified to even speak on it because you're not of the culture. So shut your hating ass up. Clap it up for Neek, y'all. Clap it up for Neek, y'all. Nah, she killed it right there. Y'all have become way too obsessed with the charts. And I think it's a crazy obsession, to be honest with you. Someone said hip hop was never a chart performing art form. It was and is a cultural art form for us, by us. If you happen to reach a pop audience with your hip hop message, that is awesome. But that is not the focus goal. If your goal is to focus on reaching the most people, you are a pop artist. Shout out to Beloved Bone. Big shout out to Beloved Bone, because at that point, that's what you want to be. That's what you want to strive to be, a pop artist. You want to be a pop artist if you're just trying to get the most people, the most attention for this record. And that's why that side is starving, right? That's why all the people like Drake and the collaborators that work with him are starving right now, because all they care about is the hit. All they want is the hit. They don't give a fuck, bro.
Bro, all you got to say is the charts is for the industry to make them feel better. When their product is not performing, this is how they lash out. That's all you got to say. Their product is not performing, and the product is the charts. And because this thing is not the charts, now the charts look boring. But you guys changed the rules for things to chart, making it harder to chart. That's the crazy thing. I've never seen nobody say this yet. How am I saying all these things first and I got the small channel? All these big channels need to say this shit. Bro, how is it that they changed the rules to make it harder to chart, but it's easier to make your money off the streams? What matters? What matters? The streams and the charts were side by side, and it worked. They spread it out to make the range harder to jump in. Why is nobody saying that? Why? Not one person. I guarantee you there's not one person on YouTube saying this yet. That's crazy. How the hell you making me get all these firsts? About to make me sound like Soulja Boy in the next couple months, I swear to you. I'm the first YouTuber in the world to let you know that these things are not aligned. Yo, this is not real.
They really don't give a damn about, the message in their music, the message in the song. And I bet you anything, if they ever tried to do a message in the song type of song,
Facts.
right? Like if they ever try to do a meaningful track and it doesn't do well, then they probably won't even ever do it again because it didn't get them to where they want to be at. They don't care if they connected to an audience. They don't care if they connected to somebody who was feeling down, somebody who was depressed, and then they put their song on and it make them feel better. They don't give a damn about none of that. And that's the crazy part to me, bro. That is the crazy part to me that we see these days, is that they're only looking for the attention-grabbing music that people have been putting out to get a hit. They don't care about really connecting with the audience and sharing a broader message. This is the intellectually dishonest, especially from someone who understands the game. Rap being commercialized, commodified, has bastardized the art form. Making capitalism the main metric of success is the reason it's been colonized. You're complaining because it's touching your pockets. Big shout out to Squander Father Currency. Another one, bro. Another good point. Commercial rap and hip hop has been dead long before Kendrick Lamar and Drake's beef, and there's tons of articles on the internet.
Facts.
We all got the details. This predating the Kendrick and Drake.
Whoa. Yo. Ladies and gentlemen, stop everything. Ladies and gentlemen, stop everything. Breaking news. Audat. Yo, but the thing is, I don't think he's even going to show his comment. That's crazy. Yo, Lightwalker made it to the Ville video. But I don't even think Ville is going to show his comment. I hope he does.
Drake beef. Someone said propaganda.
He showed the comment. That's crazy. Yo, Lightwalker, I need an interview, gang. I need an interview. Like, literally, it's going to be an interview, and I'm just going to have that just, like, posted right there. It's going to be the background to the interview, just your tweet. That's crazy.
Internet, we all got the details. This predating the Kendrick and Drake beef. Someone said, propaganda so early in the morning? Please fix your app first. Grown-ass man obsessed with the charts. So much you gotta parrot the talking points of algorithmic music listeners. Take your tier fan base, please. Man, bro, I'm telling you, bro. This is posted in the AM.
Yo, W Lightwalker. Yo, W Lightwalker, gang. What the hell? This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. I swear to you. Holy, Toronto, stand up!
Yeah. Like, why does this bother this man so much? Why does this bother Isaac Hayes to the point where he has to create a narrative so early in the morning and talking about how rap needs the charts? Bro, rap don't need the charts, bro. Rap don't need the charts, man. It doesn't. I get tired of hearing individuals like Isaac Hayes regurgitate and repeat these nonsensical fucking claims, trying to act like hip-hop is dead, trying to act like the art form is dying, because they don't see it on the charts. Bro, the hip hop was never on the charts to begin with. I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to know that, but you're being ignorant right now. And you're refusing to understand that this is all just a facade. This is all just a front to start an argument, to rage bait people, and just to make yourself feel better, I guess. I'm glad that hip hop is not on the charts. I really am, bro. I really am glad that it's not on the charts. I'm glad that the game has changed. It kind of makes you think, bro, do they even appreciate rap in the first place? It doesn't seem like they do. They want to talk about the charts, bro. It's almost like if they can't decide what songs are good or bad by themselves, they have to go to the charts. They have to go to the top 10. They have to go to these playlists to go and find music that they could listen to. They can't go and find an artist by themselves. They can't look up an album by themselves. You know you can find good music on your own, right? You know you don't need to look at the charts and see what's popping for you to actually appreciate good music, right? Like, for an example, right? Let's say that there's an artist right now that me and you have never heard of, and I come across him going through Spotify or going through Apple Music. And then I find him, I show him to other people, and then those other people start playing his songs next to other people. And then those people start playing that song. And then eventually it trickles down. It's a ripple effect, and everybody just starts playing it. And then now everybody somewhat knows this artist in my circle, in my area. And then hopefully it stretches out and he gets known other places. You also have, you know, the communities that these artists create. Rather than artists these days, they'll have a Discord, they'll have a place where they could talk to their audience. A perfect example is Doechii. Doechii started off with a YouTube channel. She already created an audience, and then by the time that she was signed with TDE, she already had a solid fan base. You get what?
Artists are taking back power, plain and simple. In 2026, because of the individuals that work in the industry not knowing or even understanding music, that gives the opportunity for the artists to actually stand up and get up and do what they need to do to put money in their pocket, because they can't rely on this system anymore. But at the same time, it's their own fault, because one thing I say is that you got to know the lay of the land before you sign on that paper. You got to know how to move around within so that you can survive this thing and be fruitful in your future. Right? But one thing artists understand is how to connect with their audience. And that's what we're seeing today. So much so that you have UMG make deals with the platforms that be dealing with independent artists. What does that say? That says UMG has been seeing y'all for years, and now that y'all are starting to grow, they acknowledge the growth by trying to work with the platforms that be working with independent artists. And then y'all complain about the charts. I don't care about your charts. Excuse me, by the way. Pardon me. But I don't care about your charts. Your charts is not for rap. Your charts is not for music. Your charts is to let all them people, them high offices feel better. All the people, the CEOs and all the label heads that be sitting in the high offices, that makes them feel better. If they don't see their product on this thing, another product, well, or let me reword that, make it easier. If they don't see the product that they have being represented on the product that they got their hands on, that shows them that their system is not working anymore, and they're trying to rage bait and pressure people into assuming it's doing bad because they're not visible anymore. And idiots out there are going to see that and say, oh, what's going on, man? Is this the Kendrick era y'all were talking about? Stupid. Anybody that sides with posts like that don't want to see artists succeed. Plain and simple. Anybody that be rocking with these things, that be agreeing with these things, that be siding with these things, they don't want to see artists, of which a lot of them are their own friends, succeed. What does that say about the people out there?
What I'm saying, bro, like, you don't have to rely on the charts.
Oh, what that blood clot? Is that links? Is that links? What the fuck? Yo, what that pum clot go on? What the hell? Is that links? That's crazy, bro. Oh shit! What the? What's good, gang? How you feeling, bro? Like, I really be doing this music shit for real, bro. No cap.
You don't need to be on the charts. All you got to do, bro, is just look for the music yourself. And if an artist, right, puts a song out that ends up making the charts because of the message in it or because of how popular it is, then so be it. And everybody likes it. Everybody knows it. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Like, at that point, oh, everybody knows it now. It's like a song.
Yo, fam, Medea. Yo, you didn't go with what's his name to LA? I thought you would have gone still. I ain't got no funds. I couldn't go, fam. You know, everything good though. Real talk. I'm good.
That you could play and everybody could know what you're playing, or everybody knows the lyrics to it. That's cool. But the fact that you think that rap is at a critical stage right now because it's not on the charts, you're tripping, bro. You're tripping. And it's probably because you're a bot. It's probably because you can't think for yourself. You need the charts. You need to see what's popular because you can't go out there and find good music on your own. You can't go out there and determine what is good and what is not without someone pointing you in the direction of going to and telling you, hey, this is good right here. You should listen to this because it's in the top 10. So you should like this song. Bro, I bet you anything. If I pull the top 10 right now, I probably wouldn't even fuck with half the songs that are on there. You could show me the top 50, bro, and I could probably only pick several that I would genuinely appreciate. Like that's...
Yo, fam. Yeah, we gonna have to talk, gang. Apparently, it's been a minute because if what I'm reading is true, I must have missed some events that's been going on. So I gotta check in and see Wagwan now. What the fuck? What do you mean by that? Yeah, we gonna have to talk after this, gang. I ain't gonna hold you.
The crazy part, bro. Sometimes there's shit in the top 10 or the top 50 that I've never even fucking heard. There's artists on there that I've never heard of. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I'm like, oh yeah, I've never heard of that. It's crazy it's in the top 10. Oh, and then sometimes some of these songs are in the top 10 or in the top 20 because of TikTok or Instagram reels. Like somebody makes a fucking song in their basement and they post it on TikTok and it goes viral. Like, bro, there's different ways of making the charts. You get me, bro? Like people just make the chart sometimes just by luck, or people just happen to hit the...
I really thought you said house arrest. I ain't gonna lie to you. What the hell?
Charts because of a moment, but that doesn't define quality music. What defines quality music is yourself and how you appreciate that music and its value. But again, these are just repeated arguments, repeated statements that are in the algorithm, bro, that people just conjure up just to start something, just to start engaging. He's talking about, oh, this was for hip hop engagement, but we really care about the charts. Bro, what are you doing right now? You're doing all of this for...
All right, so at this point, we're just regurgitating the same thing over and over. So right now, we're currently covering the conversation about the charts for hip-hop and how rap is not on it, but in reality, it looks like paid propaganda because it's the same verbiage on every other platform that has a fan base, right? Now, to be fair, the statistics do align, but y'all didn't even try to take the words and make it for your own. The thing to it is like, that beef that happened, that was era ending because we were long overdue for a change in eras. So a lot of people are not going to understand that, but simply breaking it down, every decade back in the day used to introduce new sounds. But from 2010 to 2026, we've been having the similar sound just elevated over the years. And that's pretty much how everyone's been accustomed to this and don't want nothing else, which is a flaw in the system for the industry. Because if this is the only thing people want and this is the only thing you guys can provide, what does that say about everything else y'all have done over the years? Or even better, what does that say about your future when it comes to the product, knowing that it's getting burnt out? The reason why rap is changing right now, the reason why rap is struggling right now is because it's burnt out. It's not that hip hop is boring. It's that everybody's bored, but they want their fix. That's the trick to it. Now they're using rage bait tactics to make everybody assume it's doing bad, when in reality, we've had a plethora of artists come out and actually drop good quality tracks, including people within Toronto, right? So that's the trick. It's simply, to put it simple, it's rage bait. But in reality, the system's flawed. This is what y'all have built up for years. This is why whoever's working in the industry right now, they're not good for it no more, because algorithmic solutions does not equate to long-term success. That's moment by moment success. You're looking to survive for the next month the way you're putting these kind of articles together. That's what's going on in music right now. Music needs a change. When you have the same artists put out the same music month after month, year after year, that makes everybody question what's going on. That makes people go to other genres and enjoy that genre more than the genre they're supposed to be with. That's crazy to me. Charts are fucked by media facts. Let's be real, facts. Facts. What's good, Judy? How you feeling? But that's how it goes, though. So because they don't know how to fix it, they want to make people assume it's doing bad, not because of them. Remember, Billboard is a chart. Who has their hands on the charts? All the labels. This is not just a billboard problem. This is a label problem down to the T. There's a lot of chairs that need to be lifted. They need to get people out these chairs to bring in people that can actually save this thing. Everybody wants something vintage right now. That's the movement right now. Everything has been feeling vintage from last year. If that's the wave, how you expect to blend vintage feel with their algorithmic numbers? That blend doesn't even match up no more. So it's weird. If I'm going to be real with you, it's weird as hell. And mind you, this is not no like woke kind of content. I have no time to be woke. All I'm doing is sharing the information that I have learned when I do these reactions, when I go live, and I'm simply sharing the flaws in the system y'all set up. So how do you solve for X is my question. That's it. Right now, y'all should be solving the solutions, then push problems onto everybody else. If you have hurt people out here hurting people, what does that tell the world? The whole world is hurt. And instead of feeling better, you want more people to feel hurt. If you going down, you want to bring everyone down with you. That's what it's looking like. That's crazy to me. I'm just saying, right? So, hey, shout out to Vil for this one for sure. Just had to let y'all know what's going on around here. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next video. I'm just going video after video after video until we finish. So we're just going to go ahead and keep going. Let's see what else we can get into.